Hello and welcome to part 2 of my epic 7-part Blu-ray update extravaganza for 2022, moving into 2023. In this video, we're going to be talking about some anime, and some documentaries as well. So, first and foremost, this is a film I already own, but it was a nice fancy edition, and these are all from All the Anime in the UK. There was a sale on, and I took full advantage of it. Their Christmas sale is usually pretty good, and I've grabbed some really great stuff from those Christmas sales. This was a Blu-ray I just wouldn't spend full price on. It came out at $29.99. There was no way I was going to pay for it. And it's a line of Steelbooks from a particular director who I really like. And I've shown before another one of these that I did get when it dropped to £20. When this dropped to £10, I couldn't pass it up, even though I already own the Blu-ray. It's because I love this director so much that I really would like to have special editions of all of his films. And barring Garden of Words, I have that now. So this is the Steelbook release of 5 centimeters per second. The film from Makoto Shinkai, and this is the first Makoto Shinkai film I'd ever seen. I had watched it was like a YouTube video of someone's favorite films, and it was just a clip from each movie, and one of them was this anime film I'd never heard of before. So I checked out the director, saw that the film was only like 63 minutes long, watched it with Connie. There's a video of us watching it and talking about it after the fact. I think it's called Trianathon Chapter 1, or maybe Chapter 2. And so this has a feature film storyboard as an extra, theatrical trailers, cast interviews, interview with the director, and limited edition Steelbook with the original soundtrack CD. I just love the artwork here. It really captures the feeling of longing that the film is going for. And then I just love this cityscape on the back. Absolutely beautiful Steelbook, in my opinion. I really love this Steelbook. And the film I kind of struggle with, I have to say. Even the inside looks gorgeous. You know, really, really, really great stuff. The film, I'm keen to revisit it because I felt a bit empty after watching it, and I felt like it didn't quite stick the landing. But for £10, I absolutely wanted to grab a nice Steelbook edition of it, and I'm keen to revisit it. His films are visually beautiful. So next up we have, we'll go with these two. These are 2 documentaries I've seen, and I've seen everything in this update. Wow, that's a rarity that I've actually seen everything that I'm showing in this update video. So these are 2 documentaries that, again, I wouldn't pay full price for, but there was a buy one, get one free. So essentially paying £5 for each of them. Jumped on it. Literally, well, not literally. Figuratively jumped on it. So we have, in chronological order of release, but not of content, we have Neverending Man, Hayao Miyazaki. And then we have 10 Years with Hayao Miyazaki. So this one came out in 2016, I believe. See if it says that on the back. I don't think it does. And then this one came out, I think, in 2020 or 2020 or 2019 maybe. But this one, we'll start with this one. This focuses on 10 years in the life of director Hayao Miyazaki. It's 4 episodes. It was produced for NHK in Japan. And camera crew followed him around from, I think, 2006 to 2013 or 2014. So number one, it doesn't cover 10 years. I get that the 10-year thing is a cool title, but it doesn't cover that length of time, unfortunately. And there is some crossover with the documentary Kingdom of Dreams and Madness, which focuses on the production of the film The Wind Rises. But this starts with him in the gestation process of making the film Ponyo. After that, it follows him during his son's production of From Up on Poppy Hill. In fact, I'm not sure if, actually, it might even run concurrent with the release of Tales from Earthsea. I think it does. It features the famous moment where he walks out of the screening, and it shows the tension between him and his son, Goro Miyazaki. It shows you the machinations of the producer Toshio Suzuki, and then the making of Ponyo and The Wind Rises. And more than any other Miyazaki documentary I've seen to date, it features him at his grumpiest at times, and that is, that's quite, because they're following him around and he's starting to get annoyed by it, and that's where you get some really interesting dramatic stuff. So this is available, I think, still to watch on NHK World. That's why I initially watched it online, but this is 3 hours of a documentary spread across 2 discs. And I jumped at the chance of owning it because it's a very, very good documentary. And then the next one, Neverending Man, this came out when he had retired at that point. So these two very much follow each other. This is very much like a sequel to 10 Years with Hayao Miyazaki, even though this one came out after this one. So this one, it follows him as he starts to tinker around with CGI animation, something he's never really done before, actually drawing on a tablet and creating what ultimately became the short film, I think, Borrow the Caterpillar. Not sure if it says in the back of the Blu-ray here. Yeah, Borrow the Caterpillar from 2018. So this has the 70-minute original Japanese version with English subtitles, and then an alternate 48-minute version with English narration and new footage. I like that they included that as an extra very much. This is really good. And this is the famous one. This is the film that includes the scene where Miyazaki goes to meet these young aspiring CGI animators and workers who have come up with an AI animation process where this kind of lumpy character is flying all over the thing and writhing around and stuff, and Miyazaki's just like, I strongly believe that this is an insult to life itself. And you just see these young guys just crestfallen at their hero just absolutely bodying them with his opinion. Yeah, this is a really good little documentary. Really glad to add that to the Ghibli/Miyazaki collection for me. And this next one goes hand in hand with that, and I'm just beyond thrilled to have this in my collection. I'm already seeing that the outer box is showing some signs of wear, as some of these things do, unfortunately, but that's okay. When this first came out, I was like, dream release, blank check, I'll pay anything. And then I saw how much it was, and I thought, fuck that. So I'll show you what it is. We have Future Boy Conan. Yeah, the 4K release of Hayao Miyazaki's first directorial effort is what they're calling it, but this is a TV show from the late 70s that was directed by Hayao Miyazaki. He also worked with Isao Takahata on this. And it's a pivotal point in Miyazaki's career. You can watch this show and you'll see that you'll see all of the elements slotting into place. You'll see all the things that he is concerned with. You'll see the love of flight. You'll see the post-apocalyptic kind of story. You'll see the two young characters who feel very much like early versions of Pazu and Sheeta from Castle in the Sky. You'll see this epic scope of storytelling, and the way that he presents nature. It's a phenomenal series. I first watched it in 2016 and loved it, and really was hoping for some kind of official Blu-ray of it. But this release gives us the series in 4K. So first of all, let's take a look at these discs, or these cases. Well, I should say there's a booklet that comes with it, with a long-form essay, I suppose, by Jonathan Clements and Andrew Osmond, Future Boy Conan. I think that's why they call it his directorial debut. So it's nice to get a nice thick booklet with this. And I'll get to the price point in just a second. So we have, this is the first part, first 13 episodes in a 4K case. And then we have part 2, which is episodes 14 to 26. It's 26 episode series. And you get, I think, 2 4K discs and 2 Blu-ray discs. So I love that they included the Blu-rays as well with this release, because what I'm beginning to find with boutique labels releasing 4K discs is that they don't give you the Blu-ray as well. So I'm really glad that all the anime offered the Blu-ray counterparts to both of these releases. So let's try and get that in focus there. Yeah, so this is just a dream release for me. I just can't believe I own these in 4K. I have to say, I did a quick A/B test put the Blu-ray on, put the 4K on, switch between the two HDMIs, I didn't really notice any discernible difference, and I have to say that the transfer is not fantastic because they've clearly run DNR through it, which is such a massive shame. And there's a lot of blotchiness, at least in the first episode, on some of the characters. I thought, what's going on? And then I went back to my original downloads that I first watched this on, and it's present there. So there is like damage or kind of inconsistencies or artifacts in the print. You know, that's unavoidable. It looks very good. It's great just to own the thing. Having 4K is nice, but I'm not seeing that jump in resolution because the DNR is so heavy, which is really unfortunate, but it is what it is. So when they first announced this, it was this in a case, along with the empty box. Well, not the empty box, but this box for £60. And then down the line, they would then release the second, half of the series with the booklet to go inside the box. I thought this was such bullshit money-ringing crap. You know, like, it's a series that came out almost 50 years ago, and you're going to split it into two parts. Like, it's this current series where, okay, we'll release the first half, so you can get it straight away. I'd rather they just wait and just charge the big bucks in one big package. But what I did have was there was a discount on both of these releases. Still cost a lot of money, don't get me wrong, but it was Christmas time, and I thought, well, let's splurge a little bit. So I have it now, and I don't regret the purchase because I love the show so much, and it's a pivotal part of, for me, Miyazaki's career, and a vital part of his career to own in my collection as well. And you get a really nice booklet. I really like the booklet here. There's a lot of kind of images in here, and it, to get kind of a nice breakdown of things is really cool, because there's no real on-disc extras or anything to speak of. So I think there's maybe a trailer or something, and there is a new English dub, which is something that's been fairly recently done. But yeah, there's no extras to speak of. But you get the 4K experience, even though, again, I feel like I'm not really seeing a noticeable difference. That can happen sometimes. I think 4K releases can be hit and miss in that regard when it comes to how much you're really feeling. And it's not HDR either. So some of the HDR purists will be throwing their food at the screen. But yeah, Future Boy Conan. Very excited to have it. Glad I didn't have to pay the original price points, which were just so extravagant. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So that's my anime update. Part 2 of 7 down. Join me for the next 5, if you dare. And I'll see you then. Thank you for watching. And I'll see you in the next one. Oh, and what's your favorite Miyazaki film?